Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to Railway Empire Crossing the Andes Coffee Barons. So, I have linked everything up over here. So, Cusco now has this double track that runs through here. You saw me building that. I've now split that track coming out of the tunnel here so that we have a direct link between all three of our cities, Lima, Cusco and Ica, however it's pronounced. I think I'll probably call it Ica from now on, just to save confusing myself. And then I took out the link. Once I'd built that station and got it connected, I took out the link over here to Bishop Login. We're going to put that in again in a moment. And I reworked the warehouse. So the warehouse is now here on some slightly lower, flatter ground, connecting these two businesses together, as opposed to these two businesses. I've dropped in my quarry just here. And I've had to go with a large station over a small one. Two reasons. One, just in case I need to shovel coal into Lima. It gives me the option to do that without queuing trains up. So I've got a spare line available to run straight in there on those platforms. And also because the spacing from where that is to down here, it just wouldn't quite reach with a small station. Obviously, as you increase the station in size, you can move further and further away from the location before you hit that too far away point. So a regular sized two platform station fits in quite nicely just there and gives me flexibility going forward as well. And I've plotted a line here into the warehouse, as you can see. It is a little bit expensive, but it's a lot cheaper than trying to go through the mountains and connecting up here. It's about half, well, less than half the price. It's about a third of the price of trying to connect through, because it's such a big tunnel that would need to be created through there, and then a big bridge over the river, that it ends up being around 1.2 million in terms of planning costs. So whereas that steel is going to need to go into here, it's going to have to kind of be linked through into the warehouse first of all, and then, you know, because it's going in on these two lines, it can potentially just direct ship straight through over here and in that way. So we need to kind of earn some more cash before we can finish building over here, but we have kind of got it all figured out now. So let's just let time run for a bit, earn a bit of cash. Let's check out that point that we have to spend. That's useless to us. Everything back there is at least 300. There's nothing over here that's useful. Actually, we could look back over here, couldn't we? I forgot we can go back in time over this way as well. Oh, that's a good one for us to get. Increase our freight valuation. Oh, that's what we want. Reduce weekly costs for train personnel by 20% as well, because we have a lot of train personnel. So yeah, that's going to be costing us a small fortune. We do still have a lot of staff available as well that we haven't hired yet. These are all these ones with no task. These are all the ones that we inherited. They will hang around for a period of time before they then just disappear. I want to check. Yeah, a lot of new people. So we need to start cycling through our trains and applying staff where we can. Go through the ones that we actually have before we start hiring new ones. Let's see, can I add a stoker that's going to get on well? Yes, that's going to improve reliability. Engineer as well, perhaps. Oh, brilliant. So, next one. So let's start with an engineer. Speed boost, always good. Stoker as well. Don't have one that improves rating, but I will plonk that one on. And a security guard. Don't have one who can benefit the train in terms of rating, but I'll stick that one on there for an 8% boost in my income from freight. Next one.
That broken connecting rod looks nasty. Should we put a band-aid on it?
She's so patronising and condescending. And it really winds me up when I hear that kind of that kind of patronising, condescending voice, because as someone who is autistic, I tend to, as soon as people find out that I'm autistic, they tend to inadvertently start patronising or condescending when they talk to me, and it's so frustrating. It winds me up whenever I hear it now. So that's why my reaction was a little extreme to her, and always is. It's just because I have no patience for that kind of condescension. Really, not at all. I've had to put up with too much of that in my life, and I don't want it in video games as well. Lots of security guards to allocate here. I don't want to drop engineers on short routes, but this is quite a long route, so I'm okay giving the speed boosters out on this line here. We'll save that for another guy. Maintenance requirements, yes, we'll improve those. Give a slight speed boost as well. Next, speed boost on this one. And one of our many security guards. I say many. We have got rid of most of them now already. Let's stick a security guard on this train as well. Oh, no, not that train. Let's definitely put one on this train. And let's actually look at upgrading that train as well. Let's stick a Texas on there. Alright, there we go. I think we've allocated all of them out. I know we've still got one left. There we go. Any engineers left? No. All my stokers done. Okay, so we've allocated all of our staff. And we've got a new... oh, we've got loads of conductors I don't want. Let's fire these guys off, so I'm not paying for them. So fire, 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 and fire. There we go. Good stuff. Right. We've got some money again. So let's finish connecting everything up over here. We whiz our way back across. All the way. Slowly grind our way over here. There we go. We can see our route. Let's build it. Let's put a passing loop on this one, because we're going to need quite a few trains running in this way. There we go. And we'll put a switchback on there, a little diamond crossing. Excellent stuff. And now I do kind of want to link this back up over here. Just looking, I think we'll just have a train that runs from here into the warehouse, and then we can ship those goods out the other way. So I want a nice, simple, straightforward connection like that, I think. But I'm going to put these on these lines here, I think. And I want to try and get that gradient down and keep the line cheap if I can. .4% gradient is better Yeah, we can cope with 4%. Let's try and straighten that line out a bit. There we go, and we'll plonk a lump in the middle to reduce cutting into the floor. There we go. That's all looking okay. Let's try and maybe shallow that up a little bit. Ah, there we go. We can take advantage of that little hillock just there to reduce the size of that bridge a bit. If I up that slightly, try and reduce... Oh, no, that's way too big. What about if I drop this down a touch? If I take that off... Move that alongside just enough for the crossover straight bit there. Bring this around here. What if I drop that down a touch? Excuse me. That's a 6% gradient now. That hasn't worked at all. Has made it a lot cheaper though. Look at the price of the route now. What about if I wind it down a bit like that? Yeah, that's not doing me any favours at all. If I put a block there, maybe take that across to there. No, I've just undone all the good work that I did in creating a nice cheap line. That's not too bad. Again, the gradient's a little bit steeper than I'd like. It's 5%. I can drop this down here so I don't have to worry about that, like that. Let's take that piece out there. There we go, straighten the line up. Okay, yeah, so that's about as good as we're going to get it, I think. A little 5% incline on the approach in there. Oh, I'm going to take that out as well. Maybe see if we can straighten that up a bit. Reduce the track costs. Oops, that's gone a bit... There we go. Just put a raise there so we're not cutting in. That saved us about 6 grand in earthworks there, maybe 7. Alright, there we go. Let's build that route. We'll double it there, like that. I need crossovers in. One there, and one there. Same on the other side. That. Got them on there. That's all good. I still need signalling on all of this track. It's going to take a while, but needs to be done, unfortunately. And by doing this, I can run dual track all the way along here. I can potentially route a couple of trains onto this platform, but I can also mainly route them on this one, the second line up, and leave this one here free for our ore trains going out the other direction. And we own this this ore mine, this iron pit just here. So the more we're shifting from here, the more money we're making at this location. So it's kind of a win-win in that respect. I could potentially have linked those lines through that way directly, but we'll just stick them in the warehouse for now. We can always make a change if we need to. See, I'm thinking about maybe getting a second warehouse over here for the coffee and the cows. Actually, no, we can just go in the other side of the city, can't we? Again, we've got that really steep hill there, look. But I think we're going to be pretty good. And I can also link this business and the fish business now in through these lines here and just make that a through line through that station there, so they don't even stop there. And then they can go to the warehouse. So that gives us some really good flexibility over there. Right, so this city needs meat and wool. I need to make sure this city improves, because that's the one that we want to put our steel mill into. And it's 80,000 or so, but declining. So it needs to get to 90. So I need this wool to feed into this city. Unless there's another one nearby. It doesn't look like it. I'm also very cautious and wary of the fact that Beatrix is starting to encroach into our area over here as well. What is that down there? A little bit of track left over. Hello? Ah! It's like a weird alien. Or is that a spider? It might be a spider, actually, a weird alien. I'm looking at that like it's got legs and arms waving in the air. I look at it like that. Yeah, that's more of a spider than anything else, isn't it? Weird alien. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Let's see. Ica needs wood and beer. What does Lima need? Also wants beer. We can look at maybe switching that industry out. They've got toys. I want to try and get them having complementary businesses that they can all kind of feed each other. Let's see what museum. I think there should be a museum in each of these now, shouldn't there? Museum, yeah. Okay, so let's start getting some trains running first of all to feed what we can. So I want to run a train from the warehouse to Ica, just there. Oh, I need to signal everything before I get anything else done. Otherwise the trains are all going to run on the same line. It's just going to get really confusing. There we go. Let's do these one line at a time. There we go. I will need a supply tower on here somewhere. Let's put it there. Signals on this bit. Just that. And through here. Like so. Again, they're not lined up and that bugs me. Okay, I'm going to need a supply tower on this one as well. I guess we'll plonk that just here. So, signal-wise, that's those two bits of the line done. Let's signal my connections over here. So, doesn't want to go there. Okay, let's try that. There. There we go. Move along the bottom over here. These should be able to line up quite nicely. Like so. And then I want splits on the approach to the junction on either side. like that. There we go. In fact, actually, if I can put my supply tower there, excellent stuff. That makes that a bit easier. And then let's see if I can do my multi-signals. If I at least try and match those ones up a little bit, and then multi from that point onwards. Very nice. Okay, so I've got a supply tower on this route, a supply on that one, a supply on those two lines. Need one on this line here. So let's put another supply tower. Oh, I can't put one in there, but I can put them in at this end. So let's signal up this section over here. Like that. I want those to be right up against the entrance to the tunnel, because you can't signal inside the tunnel, and we've got the split at the other end. There we go. Okay, and this needs to have a supply tower on the route somewhere. There isn't really enough space on there, I don't think, is there? Oh, no, there is. Yeah, we could drop one there. I need to signal up to the warehouse. Check my signals over here. Yep, I thought so. Need to put them in on this side. Like that. It's all good through there. They look a bit close together. Let's take those out. Okay, good stuff. Where shall I put my supply tower? I reckon... Where do I want my supply tower? I think just here. Like that. There we go. And now I need to signal this bit. This is actually being a bit quicker and easier than I thought. It's not a massive mess of tracks over here anymore, so the signals are much easier to kind of keep track of. I know that wasn't a track-related pun. Right, there we go. That's all good, so I need a supply tower on this run. We'll stick that over here. So plonk that in just there like that. Let's go back to working the route again. Take Ica out and put it back in again, and there we go. Now it's allocating onto the right platforms and the right lines through there, where it should do. Good stuff. Now, before I launch the train, I need to activate stuff in the warehouse. So it needs to have dairy and corn. Where is corn? Did I miss it? I must have missed it. Yeah, there it is. Needs to have those activated, because otherwise it won't connect or collect from there. I want to potentially store wood in here. I definitely want to store iron. Like that. I'll leave the other two blank for now. And let's get a train running. So let's go with Santa Fe's over here. Let's start getting a train running from here into the warehouse. That is going on the wrong platform for now, so let's change that. There we go. Going in on... Yeah, that's fine. I'm happy with that. Let's go with the Santa Fe, and we'll immediately clone it. And the clone will focus on iron. There we go. Let's actually just increase my storage allowance of those particular products as well. There we go. Right, I want a coal train. Oh no, not yet. I need to get meat and stuff in here, don't I? Meat and wool. I need corn to go over there. Right, where's my train there? Let's clone that train. I need trains going in here as well. This is where this line is potentially going to get quite busy. Going in on that platform. Yes, that's good. Actually, how about if I link onto that one there? Even better. Yeah. We'll add another Santa Fe. There we can see we're carrying off some corn. That's good. What else do I need? I need wood. That's hopefully going to get taken care of when the wood trains start to arrive. Let's clone these trains. Let's start with the wood train. Bishop logging. Let's get that focusing on wood. Clone that one. And you can see that one has the wood clone focus there,
oh,
and
no!
we'll clone this one as well.
It looks like one of your trains has a problem.
And then we'll also clone another wood train as well. There we go. So 2 iron trains, 3 wood trains. That should hopefully take care of that. That's my warehouse to Lima. I want to clone that. Lots and lots of trains going into Lima. These should all be going in on the other platform there. That's good. I can start separating out my Lima trains as well, getting them to go onto the platform 2 as well, perhaps. So we can kind of shake things up a little bit. Break down from bad condition already. It's got to be something else. I do need to actually put in maintenance sheds in all my new stops here. So let's put a maintenance shed there. And there's one there already because we didn't destroy that station. One there already, that's good. We rebuilt this station, so we need to put one in over here. And we're going to need to put one in over here because we put that station in from scratch. There we go. Slightly cheaper than 80 grand because of our, our surveyor. Gives us that little discount on buildings. There we go. The trains are all rocking in and delivering goods, and that's all working out very nicely indeed. Let's send... Well, it is breaking down all the time. Is it my iron trains on this route? Yes, it is. There's nothing I can do about that, really, unfortunately. Yeah, I need to get steel into this city, so I need to get this area worked up. Let's look at building a large station. see what I can connect to. Interesting. I'm going to build a warehouse again, rather than just a large station. If I do that there, like that, I can loop corn in to this one here. I can also loop sugarcane in here, as well as looping it in there. And the fish I can loop into both warehouses as well. Well, actually, no, that's a through line, isn't it? But up to that warehouse. But I can also obviously loop them into this one and then deliver into Cusco and also possibly to Ica as well. So we have a few options that way. Let's try and get this connected first of all. I'm not going to be going out that way, am I? No. So we'll put these on the far lines, I think. Or I could keep corn separate, actually. I've got coffee to come in, haven't I? Okay. I could just loop the coffee round, perhaps. Need to have a think about this one. And we're going to have that same problem again with a really steep embankment look. A tunnel might be a better option. It'll be a very expensive option, but it might be a better option. Just to get rid of that monstrous bridge, which is going to be A, very big, and B, horrendously expensive. Try and just jiggle these points around a little bit. See if we can find something that lines up quite nicely. See where the problem points are for the gradients, etc. Which would appear to be here. Obviously that needs to go right down. That's quite steep. Still very steep, actually. It's quite steep. It's a bit of an understatement, really, isn't it? Let's see. What can I do to... Oh, no, that's bad. We could have been a little better with our station placement. Might need to deliberately stretch this out. Oh, damn, I just deleted the entire route. That was frustrating. How much is that going to cost me? That's less than $1 million, so I might just go with that, you know. Maybe just tweak it a little bit. Bring that down. Like that. Oh, look at that. There we go. I mean, the gradient's a bit too steep at the moment, but you can see where we're going with this. A careful tweaking. Maybe even stretching the line out through there. Bring that gradient down a bit more subtly, rather than trying to cut through into the hillside. Trying to find that balancing act between keeping construction costs down and keeping the gradients under control. This is where it gets very, very tricky indeed. Let me try and put a block point in just there. Just to preserve that kind of bit there. You can see the cost has just plummeted, but that 8% gradient is just too steep. We need to reduce that. Still 8%, it's still too steep. Now we're building another big bridge again. Trying to find that balance between a functional route and a cheap route is always tricky. We had it really cheap a moment ago and we kind of lost all that now. Let's see if I can figure out how to get it back again. How did I manage to get that down to 300? I honestly don't remember where I went with it now to get it to that price. Maybe I need to stretch it out this way. There we go. It's still pretty steep gradients, but it's a little bit more controlled. That's 6, 6, 7. There's going to be a steep part of this no matter where I try and do it, but that's about, I think, as good as it's going to get. So let's just straighten that piece up a bit. There we go, 376. It's not bad. It's not great. We'll just have to make sure we've got a really powerful engine on that route. So I think we'll go with a Texas on there rather than a Santa Fe because it's got that extra tractive power. Let's put in our crossing like so. There we go. Same at this end. I'm just going to have to drag that all the way forward, aren't I? Oh no, well, maybe not. There we go. We'll signal this. So we can get some cattle running into our town. That's the wrong way around on those signals. There we go. Excellent stuff. Get the multis in place all the way through. Very nice. Supply tower. Pop that just there. Let's start allocating stuff to this warehouse. So it definitely wants cattle and coffee. No, that's cocoa. That's for chocolate. Definitely want those. Probably going to add in sugarcane and corn. There we go. And didn't I have fish nearby as well? Yes, fish isn't too far off. So let's add in fish. And as a backup, just in case, we'll add in coffee as well. So, I want to get some cattle trains running immediately. So these are going to have their own dedicated line, because we're going to need a lot of them to supply meat to our 3 towns. So we'll do that there. This is going to run meat. There we go. We want Texas trains on these ones. Lots and lots of meat trains. Only 300 points. Go away, conductors. They're useless to me. You're not running any passengers. I want a standard kind of goods train running in. We'll get that one running on platform 4 and going into Cusco on that platform as well. This is going to be automatic. And again, we want Texas trains. And that was also... no, because I forgot. I just cloned the train, didn't I? I forgot to actually allocate... Oh no, that one isn't... Yeah, I need to allocate something other than meat, so I want corn going in on that one. And we'll clone that train as well. There we go. So they'll prioritise corn, and hopefully that one there. That's loading cattle as well. There's obviously no corn to... oh wait, no, I'm not routing corn in there yet. No wonder. No wonder it's not taking corn out. And which lines am I going in on? Of course I'm going in on those lines, aren't I? Alright, let's get these trains cleared through and then very quickly rework the line positioning slightly. Barrage of cattle heading off to market. Go to demolish. Take that line out. And that line out. And take those out. Oh dear, oh dear. It's turning into a bit of a comedy of errors. There we go. Excellent. And now that can loop over that way to my corn station. To my corn line for the warehouse. So these trains, they're going to go in on the wrong lines, and that's going to be a problem. I'm going to have to edit all of these trains, because they're going to try and go in on platforms that they can't. Oh, I need to re-signal as well, don't I? Yep, there we go. They're all broken now. All broken. There we go. That should fix them all. So, warehouse, cattle. Let's prioritise platform 2. Second one will also be a platform 2 train. This one, we'll put that on platform 3, and we'll prioritise corn. Next one is a corn train. We'll put that on platform 3. And that's it. Is there only the 4 trains running on that line? I thought I got more than that. Okay, never mind. Let's quickly drop in our corn station so that there's corn available in the warehouse when those trains get back. I don't want to move that point. There we go. So I want that point to kind of go across to there. There we go. Shorten and straighten that line out a bit. Good stuff. And I'm going to create a passing loop. I'm going to put it on the top so that if I do expand the station, I haven't got a passing loop in the way for another line to go in underneath. And we'll run this around to here, and then bring that in just there. Signals. And at the other ends, we are finally making some progress. It's been slow going. We haven't really actually done a lot this episode, but we have been building the infrastructure, and we should start to see the benefits of this next time out. I do need my supply tower as well. Let's put the supply tower on the way back. So, plonk it there. Like that. There we go. I need to very quickly get trains running back and forth. I'm going to go with Berkshires on this. They don't need to be amazingly fast. It's flat ground. Let's clone that. I also want to just double check. Yeah, need to increase storage on these products, even though only one of them is going to be going in there at the moment. It's just for the future, so I don't have to do it again. Meat trains are on the way back. First of the corn trains is off. You know what? I'm going to upgrade the train. Let's go with Santa Fe. It's faster. Do the same on this one. Good
no,
stuff.
It looks like one of your trains has a problem.
Warehouse cannot be reached. What do you mean warehouse cannot be reached? Why can warehouse not be reached? Oh wait, no, this was supposed to go on platform 1. There was a third one of these and I just missed it. So corn's platform 3, isn't it? There we go. Let's take that one off. Put that back on platform 2. Just discarded all those changes. Platform 2. There we go, and we'll clone that train. There we go. And there we go, we actually have coffee coming out this time, but we should have corn going in. Is that going to be in time for corn to be taken out again? Should be. That's good. Actually, we've already got corn in there. Let's add another corn train. Excellent stuff. Okay, we are finally starting to make some serious progress over here. Cusco still needs a lot of work, but we're meeting good demands to start with. We're arresting the slide, and we can get this up to snuff pretty quick. I want to get some wool fed into here as well. I need to figure out how to do that. We're going to have to cut through the mountain, I think. Before we go too much further, I want to check on our progress with toys over here, just before we end the episode. So, where were we making those toys? It was steel. How's the steel production going? Steel's going well. Good. That's nice. How's toy production doing? Not enough steel being shipped. Okay, I need more steel trains. And I want to sample.
A little competition creates business,
Stoker.
so my new station won't do any harm.
Actually, I'll put him on instead. There we go. I get the feeling she is trying to expand into my area a little bit. Let's increase our transportation fee for freight. Let's check our objectives. Have we delivered toys yet? We've shipped 11 loads of toys, and we've almost finished the chocolate as well. So we're making good progress, but we really do need to crack on with the toys, which is why we're setting up that second delivery site on our new cities. We'll really knuckle down and focus in on getting that area fully operational next time out. So that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more Railway Empire Crossing the Andes Coffee Barons very soon.